Right then, everybody, and welcome along to the ERS Tier 2 Round 15 here in Zandvoort. And it is not just a normal race this weekend. We are in for a sprint race as well for the Dutch Grand Prix, and it is going to be a absolutely brilliant one with the likes of 20 drivers joining us on the grid this weekend, and it is 100% going to be a good one going into this race. Hopefully people can find the channel, because I know this is not the one we normally stream on, but this is going to be the one we stream on for the next few weeks to come, and I hope that's okay with the rest of you. So as we jump straight into qualifying, let's get everything up on the screen. But we have the best part of 17 minutes of qualifying here in Zandvoort, and we have obviously sprint race coming up after short qualifying, and then we have the main race coming up after that. So it'll be a bit of a long one, but for the drivers in this league, the majority are Dutch, it'll be a good one for them to look forward to, and I'm sure they are very happy to be here today. And it is definitely going to be the race where if they crash out, they are not going to be happy with themselves at all. This weekend, everybody's going to be wanting to get up there and do well here in Zandvoort. Then as drivers on the way out the pit lane and towards the final corner, there is an Alpine, and the Alpine of Cool Patrick then towards the line. And it is my third or fourth time commentating here, but the drivers have changed around quite a bit actually compared to last time. Not loads, but there is a few more new ones in here. I'm going to go down the ones that I don't know. I don't think I know Patrick. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think I do, actually. I know Patrick is there. We have Ghost, who I haven't seen yet. I think IX I've seen. SF I've seen. Walters I've not seen yet. P1 finish off seen, but into the backside. Patrick hits the Ferrari. Both of them onto the gravel there. The Alpine's out of the qualifying session. The Ferrari is somehow still in, but did take out that other car there, and obviously yellow flags around the track, and that will ruin that qualifying lap for him. But Steve O then towards the first few turns, and we'll see where he can place himself this weekend. As I'll really quickly just get up the track map so I can see what I'm doing. Right then, so we have times being pelted on the track at the moment. We have Boss then, who goes across the line and goes on provisional pole for now. Here comes the Alpine, who puts himself in P6 on that lap around just there, and we'll have to see what he can do for himself as SF then with the quickest time on the board at the moment, the 1 minute 9.6, quicker than everybody else so far. And it's SF from Boss, then from Wesley, Ghost, it is Marvin, then comes Marco, Steve-O, Ronald, who is actually here for Tier 2 this weekend. He was in my first ever commentary for this league, and now here racing in Tier 2. It is Mitz in P11 and Menios P12, but somebody just gone right up there on the board as Marvin with the provisional pole time on that time there. 1.2 seconds improvement on that lap, and goes quicker just there. That is the kind of stuff that we love to see indeed. As we watch Marvin at the moment, who did just cross the line and is obviously down on that time. We will not be going across the line to try and put a better time on that time around. But Steve-O is quicker, and Steve-O towards the line with a P5. It's 8/10 improvement on that lap there, and that's very respectable for him in the Alpine at the moment. And all the people who are in improving might be Turtle Master, who makes his way towards the line, and Turtle puts himself on P3 then, 1 minute 9.3. That was a nice time indeed. And he whacks himself right up there into the top 3 so far. Is that Williams of SF? Yes, it is. Who is very, very slow at the moment. And down the straight we go, and it's the McLaren that carries on. The Alfa Romeo goes into the pit lane. Manios is down on time. Whoops is down. Ronald is down. IX obviously on the outlap. Walter's in the pit lane now. P1 finisher on the outlap, and Geordie's out there at the moment, and on a flyer, and we'll see how fast this lap will be then as he enters the DRS zone. And DRS will be activated now for the car of the Aston Martin pilot, Geordie, in that car, and he will be racing as quick as he can towards the line. Now then he sees yellow sector, yellow flag's been waved ahead of him, and then further up the track it carries on, but he goes foot to the floor around turn 13 and 14, and it is Geordie towards the start-finish straight here in Zandvoort. And where can he place himself? It is a P13, 1 minute 10.5, and that's very respectable indeed. Not too bad indeed. As P1 finisher is having a bit of a moment there, right onto the gravel on the exit of the track, but everything seems to be all good just there. And I hate to do this, but if anybody in the chat has not followed yet, we'd be much appreciated if you could drop us a quick follow, because this is where you will see most of your races for Tier 2 for the next few weeks anyway. So you might as well go and do that if you want. It is Geordie who is going slow and will be going into the pit lane very, very soon indeed, and who is out there improving then. Whoops then, who has been across the line, improved by 1.3 seconds on that previous lap. It's BR who is improving by 3 tenths on this lap just here, and 4 tenths now in the middle sector. This is the kind of stuff that we like to see here in the ERS League. Hey Jack, just wanted to check that you saw my PM on Discord. Just a quick one, if you could check it later when convenient. Mate, honestly, I did see it, but I've just been a bit busy. But I'll message you back later on. If I don't get back to you, could you just give me another ping so I don't forget, and then yeah, thank you. Did BR improve? BR did go right up to P3 on that lap around, and that is nice. That is very nice indeed. On that lap just there, and we'll see who else is improving on laps at the moment. Pretty much everybody is out there, and only a couple left in the pit lane here and qualifying in Zandvoort, and we'll see who else is out to cross the line soon. Pretty much everybody's really starting flying laps, the ones that are going to improve. Is there anybody else improving? I'm not sure actually. IX over the line. All good, mate. Have a nice evening. Have a good evening. Yeah, you too, mate. Thank you for stopping by. And now we watch IX. I think did IX cross the line? Yeah, he did for slow lap, but now he's going to go on for his fast lap this time around, and IX is going to be gunning for that top spots. Then obviously this qualifying session determines the start of the sprint race indeed, and it's going to be a good one here in Zandvoort. Obviously the racing, can always be absolutely brilliant around here. It never fails to deliver, and hopefully the same thing goes for this weekend round as well here in Zandvoort, as it is IX who is still going absolutely foot to the floor, pushing that car 11 seconds quicker in the middle sector, and he continues on now, heading towards the line soon. IX round turns 13 and then on to 14 after that, and it's the AlphaTauri that is going to be gunning for that top spot. Where will he move from P18 across the line in qualifying? And he goes to P17 with a 39-second improvement. Not really too much happens there. And we do have a 2.5-second improvement from Geordie so far, and then he's down in that sector just there, sadly. But Walters is up on time. And let's see what's going on at the moment. Then we have Psycho, who is topping the time tables and time sheets at this moment in time. And Marvin in second, BR. Then comes Turtle Master, SF, Mitz, Stevo, Arthur, and Whoops. The Hassies come after that. Then the two Red Bulls after that. And then Geordie, who was up on time, is now down. And Walters, who has also had to slow down on that lap just there. And there's not really anybody else who is improving on laps at the moment. But we'll continue on to see if anything changes. And I'm just really quickly trying to get up the track map for Zandvoort really quick, just so I can give you some better commentary on that. With 16 minutes of qualifying left, and here to go here in Zandvoort. And so far, qualifying has not failed to deliver one single bit at the moment. 6 minutes obviously left, and drivers going slow on the top bends there, is letting each other through and slotting into their positions to go for their final qualifying laps this weekend. As now Ronald will cross the line, and 1.7 second improvement on that lap, and he is on to his next flying lap now. And Ronald is down on time just on that time around. That is unfortunate for him, sadly, and will not be improving on that lap just there. And is anyone else improving at the moment? We have Mitz, who is going foot to the floor, and it will not be a great time for Mitz. Obviously, he goes into the pit lane just there. And 410 improvement from BR, who stays in P3, but it is a 410 improvement, and you cannot wish for more than that at the moment, really. As now Ghost is on the way down the straight, and he's got the Alfa Romeo just ahead of him out the lovely slipstream, but then backs off before turn one. As now Boss with a nearly 2/10 improvement on that first sector here in Zandvoort, and we'll see if he can replicate that going into the next set of turns. He is doing exceptionally well so far on this track here in qualifying, on this lap, I must say, not really on his other laps, but we'll see if he can go quicker. It is 1/10 improvement, and hopefully he can make his way up there. He only needs a few tenths really to make his way right without order, so if he can find the time, it'll do him a world of good here in qualifying. Then as Boss round turn 13, on to turn 14, and to the main straight he goes. The Alfa Romeo will go foot to the floor from P16. He moves up to P13 then, 1 minute 10.1. That's respectable indeed, and not too bad at all. That is completely fine, to be fair. As Whoops is disqualified, DNF from the session, and is no longer in. Did he crash? Yes, he did. Contact with the McLaren of Ronald, and both of them are out in the final stage of qualifying. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. And this is where everybody really starts to come out now, or soon starts to come out, and thinks about getting their final laps on the board. Now in qualifying, this is where it all starts to get just a little bit more real. It starts to get a bit more real from this point on then, as the clock is ticking down and everybody is looking to fight for track position, get themselves out there and try their very best to get a good time on the board. Obviously they want to be in the right position to get that done, and sometimes it's not the best place possible to do it, so we'll see how that pans out at the end of qualifying. Then 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here for the short quali session, and We've got BR on the screen at the moment racing. It is Marvin who is down on time. Gideon23 racing in the chat. How are you, mate? Hello, mate. Good to see you around. As we have, who do we have? We have people coming out on the outlaps now. Wesley's up by a very, very small time on that lap so far, as Menios is up by 3 tenths and up more at the moment, or on that previous lap actually, I must say. And I don't think he does improve in the first sector there, does he? I didn't even see it because I had notification. Who else improving? BR improving by a little bit still. It would not be that much, and to be fair, he seems like he can't really improve enough to make his way up there. So we'll have to see if BR can pull a bit of time out. Then he goes quickest in the middle sector, apparently. But it says that he only goes a little bit faster there, so we'll have to see what his time will be then as he heads around the final 2 corners. And BR is trying to go quicker on this lap around. He flies past the car, it just went up the track. I don't really know who that was, I couldn't see. But BR will head towards the line, and is this going to be a good time for him? It'll be P2, good enough for P2 then, with a 1/10 improvement on that lap, and that is respectable indeed. That is very, very good. Good job from BR. Hats off to him, because he gets his way right up to P2 here in qualifying, and obviously these are the positions to go into the main sprint race with, as BR's improving. It is IX who is retired from the session. Marvin a 10th quicker and fastest in the middle sector at the moment here in Zandvoort. And this is where the track really starts to ramp up. This is where everybody is going to try and fight for times on the board now. 50 seconds of qualifying as Marvin will head towards the line and have one more chance to do another one, but he goes up to P2 on that lap around, drops down BR to P3, and Marvin improves by a few tenths just there, makes his way up to P2 with 1:09 flat on that lap, and 2 tenths off Psycho, who's on provisional pole and out, looking to go quicker on this lap just now then, as Mitz is down on time. It's Arthur who's improving by just a little bit on this lap now, and towards the midpoint of sector 2, and we'll see where he can put himself on the board this qualifying session, as he now makes his way down to the end of sector 2 and into turn 11 and 12, and it is a 1/10 improvement for Arthur in the middle sector, and not a bad time at the moment, as that is the end of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. But let's watch these final laps out as Arthur around the final corner in that Haas, and this is the lap for him now then. This is where he needs to try and find the time. Across the line, the Haas car goes, and it is a P6, 2.5 cent improvement on the last lap, and that is lovely, lovely stuff indeed, as now it is the car of Marvin into the pit lane. It is Walters who is down, Mitz is down, and P1 finisher is down. Psycho is down as well, and ladies and gentlemen, it is Psycho in the Ferrari who is on pole position for the sprint race here in Zandvoort, and that is what we love to see. The Ferrari on pole position this weekend, then followed by Marvin, and then BR to start on the second row, joined by Turtle Master. So we do have a lovely, lovely top 4, and, well, lovely, lovely grid, to be fair. As Psycho does end up going quicker on that final lap there, and pole position is awarded to Psycho here in Zandvoort. And that is the end of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, for the Dutch Grand Prix then, as Psycho, the British driver, comes in here with all these Dutchmen, all these guys. This is their home track, and the British driver comes in and takes the crowd by storm then. He goes on pole position this weekend with Marvin in second and BR in the McLaren to start in P3, obviously in the second row, being joined by Total Master. Third row, Stevo and Mitz. Fourth row, Arthur and P1 finisher. And the fifth row goes to SF and Whoops in P10 this weekend. Gideon says this definitely going to be a chaotic start. It most probably will be, mate, and we are going to watch this out then. Obviously, sprint races we know can be a lot more chaotic in a lot of the time. The racing is normally better in sprint races. Obviously, no pit stops have to be made during these sprint races. You can stay on the same compound tyres the whole way through, and 12 laps around here in Zandvoort for the sprint, so it shouldn't be too long indeed, as we are now in the pit lane. And 15 of you in the stream chat now, so if you haven't dropped a follow yet, we're much appreciated. If you could send us over a follow. Only 2 more needed now to get 40 followers on this Twitch. That'd be very much appreciated, and I could not thank you enough for that. But obviously focus on your racing, guys, as the race and the sprint race is just up next. As on the grid then for the sprint race here in the Netherlands, it is the Dutch Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go, and Psycho with a lovely start off the line. To be fair, that was an absolutely brilliant start off the line. It must be lagging out a bit because apparently Walters is leading the Grand Prix, but that is not right at all. It is Psycho leading then. We have Marvin in second and BR in third at the moment. Is that the safety car VSC at the start? What's going on? It seems to be lagging out a bit there, I think. Is that a VSC? That's definitely a safety car. No, never mind. That's VSC. What's going on here then? The start was a bit chaotic, and Walters leaves as we have VSC out on track and possible pit strategies on screen, but they are not working at all. I think the session might have lagged out. Are we got in a... I don't know what's going on. But on the first lap out of 12 here in the Netherlands. Off the start, Psycho with a lovely start. It is Marvin second, BR third, and Turtle Master fourth, and all of them are all lined up in the same positions as we started the race on. And let's look up ahead and see, because soon the VSC will come in and we will get ready to go racing once again. Obviously green flags will be waved, and everybody being so bunched up is going to be battling for those positions then. Going on to the second lap here in the sprint race, and everyone seems to be speeding up now as we are racing apparently, but VSC is still out. It says my game must be completely lagged out. Never mind, as we are now racing once again, and Psycho's got Marvin on the back side of him at the moment and continuing to push him through the corners. We go. It is into turn 4 now. And on to turn 5. And everybody, look at these drivers so close now. You have everybody trying to get through. Psycho's ahead from Marvin. BR's battling Turtle Master at the moment. Who will come out at the top? It will be BR down the inside of the AlphaTauri. Who will get ahead? It is the McLaren who has to drop back and concede that position. At the back there, Turtle Master gets through. And now onto the back end of Marvin, who is in P2 at the moment. And he's in hot pursuit of him just up ahead. It is the AlphaTauri who is going to push as hard as he can then on lap 2 out of 12 here in the sprint race. This is the race where you can really give it your all throughout the whole entire race. Everybody, majority really, on the softs, I believe. We'll have a look at tyres now. Majority of the grid on the softs throughout this race. Some of them decided to go on mediums to try and conserve them tyres, but Turtle Master now is going to go round turn 14 and onto the main straight. We go here in Zandvoort. And Marvin is up ahead, Turtle Master on the backside, but Marvin's now catching up on Psycho. Marvin will challenge the position down the inside, and Marvin is going to try and take it. I thought he got it. Now goes off Psycho, who was leading at the start, and now goes off onto the gravel tracks, and Psycho drops down to P7. Side by side now, he comes out onto the corner side by side with Steve-O. Steve-O tries to get through, he drops back, and it is Psycho who comes out ahead on that one. Just there, then is up ahead now, the battle for P1. It's Marvin who leads from Turtle Master. Turtle Master's on the back end of Marvin, but who will come out ahead then as Turtle Master is going to try his best to get through. Try and prize his way through this position now. He sees the move down the inside opening up, but he doesn't make the move on that lap around on lap 3 out of 12. And I thought we were going to see it there, but we did not. But everybody's still so close up together at the moment. And still Marvin leading from Turtle, then from BR, Arthur, Mitz, P1 finisher, Psycho, Steve-O, SF, Whoops, Ghost, Menios, Wesley and Marcos, and everyone is battling at the back, especially these two, battling hard at the moment. The Mercedes on the outside, somebody's gone round at the back, it's Ronald, but Menios gets through, passes. Psycho is out of the session, and we have a full safety car here in the sprint race. That came out absolutely nowhere. I don't really know how Psycho got out of the session, but that's unfortunate. If anyone's in the stream chat, you got any questions you want me to answer, I'll be more than happy to answer some questions for you, especially how it's a new Twitch channel. If you got any questions that you'd like to ask me, I would be more than happy to answer them for you. As is Geordie with a drive-through penalty on the safety car, actually, and that is not very nice indeed. But he picks up a drive-through, and he will not be happy about that one. But obviously, safety car. Never mind. Geordie just retired from the session in the pit lane, and Geordie will be out of this race. And lap 4 out of 12, obviously safety car came out on lap 3, and I was not really expecting a safety car, to be fair, here in the sprint race, but obviously it's happened, and that's what we've got, and that's what we will work with. But it's alright, because once the safety car goes in, we've got 18 drivers to go for a few laps left of racing, and it'll be a very fun one to watch indeed. Nearly halfway through the race already. And this one will be over in a shot. We'll have to see who will come out ahead on this one. To be fair, in a sprint race, it can be absolutely anybody to win the race. And Marvin will lead them away from Turtle, then from PR, Arthur, Mitz, P1 finisher, Stevo, SF, and the list goes on here in Zandvoort. And I'm not trying to be rubbish and not talking. I'm just trying to get a good track map up so I can see a good track map. I should have done it early, to be fair, but that is my bad. As we do now learn that the safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap, and that is now what we wanted to hear. That is what we wanted to hear indeed, and I am happy about that one now. As Dutch Shadow in the chat, how are you, mate? It's good to see you. And we will be getting ready to going racing again then here in the Netherlands, as the driver's making their way round now. Are we now going onto the main straight? Marvin's the effective safety car. When will he pounce then as we get ready to go racing? We'll have to see when he pounces. As now, Marvin will go foot to the floor down the straight and lead the drivers away. Down the straight we go. Marvin ahead then from Turtle, who could not challenge him at all on that one. Then he hits the back end of him, actually. And I'll take my word back there, as the Mercedes going to try and challenge the Williams there, but nothing comes of that one. Moves trying to go on at the back as well, probably. Is there anything going on? Actually, no, to be fair. It's all quite single file. Down then, the Red Bull trying to make a move there, but nothing came out of it. But up ahead now, Turtle Master is on the back end of the race leader. Turtle might be able to take that race lead off him soon. We'll have to have a look what he can do then. Going into turn 8 at the moment. It is Turtle who is going to push him and follow on to turn 9 now. Would he try down the inside? He cannot on this turn. But he continues on now to try and stay down the inside. I thought he was going to try down the inside there, to be fair, but cannot do it on that one around just there. But he still try and continue on. He's trying his very, very hardest right now. This is lovely, lovely stuff. Then for Turtle Master, who is 2 tenths behind Marvin at this moment in time, and we'll see where he can get himself then as we go around the final 2 corners and onto the main straight then. Here in Zandvoort, and Turtle, he's already trying to position his car around the outside. He knows exactly which way he wants to go. The way he wants to go is the inside of the track, and he goes to the inside. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. And Turtle Master is leading the Grand Prix at the moment. Then Turtle steals it away from Marvin even. And absolutely brilliant stuff so far. Turtle leading the sprint race here in Zandvoort so far as Marvin second, BR third, Arthur fourth, P1 finisher fifth, Mitch sixth, Steve-O seventh. It is SF in eighth, but down at the back there's moves going on as well. The Red Bull swift positions at the moment. It is good, calm. I was out of the race. I know, mate. It's unfortunate. But looking forward to seeing you next week. As it is Ronald, who is here in Tier 2 and on the backside of the Ferrari at the moment. Is that? Oh, the Ferrari. Yes, I'm sorry. In the car ahead of him actually. And you see this lot still very bunched up then as they head round and head up to turn 13 for the Dutch Grand Prix. And maybe we see him move down the straight then as Whoops got a bit slow out of that corner compared to the Williams, but now will he try and capitalise on that corner and see if he can get up to and past SF. I don't think he can down the straight, but he did get very, very close down there, I must admit. Somebody off, and it's Marvin, who is in second position, goes right into the barrier there on turn 1, and he will not be happy about that one at all. Marvin takes ages to come back on the track, and it's another safety car here for this sprint race. This is supposed to be a quick thing, and it's really just dragged along now. That is not good indeed. As obviously lap 8 out of 12 now here in Zandvoort, and we have seen some brilliant racing so far. We've lost 2 drivers of Geordie and Psycho, but it's all good. It's all good because we've still got 18 on the grid. Obviously Geordie will be starting in P19 for the main race. Psycho, who was on pole position, is going to try his best for a last to first, and to be fair, I'm glad that he's doing that because that is going to be an absolutely lovely thing to watch. Going into the main race, which is obviously up next after this. We probably would be in the main race by now if there was no safety cars, but we are on lap 9 out of 12, and safety car probably will be going in at the end of this very lap. It will not be this lap even, it'll probably be the end of the next lap, I must say. But either way, we will get racing again soon. IX with a 5-second time penalty just there. Anyway, how is everybody? You all doing alright? Obviously not commentated on here for a week, and I know David does quite a lot of commentary for you, but obviously I'm only here weekly, so it's good to be back, and hopefully you're enjoying the comms so far. Would love some input on that. If you think it's going well so far, clearly Geordie is happy with it, so if Geordie likes it, I am fine. As Turtle Master will be ahead of BR and then Arthur, P1 finisher. It is Mitz, then comes Steve-O, SF, Whoops, Menius, Ghost, Boss, the 2 Red Bulls of Wesley, and then Marcos. It is IX, Patrick, Walters, Ronald, and Marvin, who obviously spun round, went into the pit lane, and now is at the back of the grid and is trying to make his way back up to the safety car and rejoin the pack. At the moment, and we'll see if he can do that before the safety car comes in at the end of the lap next, I believe. And going round the final corner, it is Marvin on the backside of Ronald, who, well, they will be starting in that order when the race gets restarted, and I can pretty much guarantee the race will get restarted at the end of this lap, because everybody is now pretty much caught up, and they will be caught. I can't even speak. They will be caught up before the end of this qualifying session. What am I on about? I've had a bit of a brain fart there. Qualifying session. They'll be all bunched up by the end of this lap, and obviously getting ready to go racing once again here in Zandvoort. It's going to be a good final 3 laps here. And, yep, completely predicted it. And safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap just now when we get ready to go racing again here in Zandvoort. It will be Turtle Master to lead from BR, and then from Arthur, who will be in P3, starting this race off. You can see the background, the Mercedes looks ready and raring to go as they make their way up to T13 and turn 14. And now, around the final corner, on to the main straight, and obviously Turtle, the effective pace car. We'll see when he decides to pounce. Will he get the start right, though, is the question. Turtle will pounce now, and we'll see if he gets a start good and dusted. Good. Up to now, it looks like he got a good jump on the rest of them then. It looks like more battles going on behind. At the moment, you see the Williams trying to go around the outside of the Haas. Into turn 1 we go, and the Williams does not succeed with that position. Just there. Is there anything else going on at the back? I don't think there is so far. Yes, there is. I speak too soon. It is Marvin trying to make positions up on the Alpine there. Will he try around the outside now? Through turn 3. Wow, that was a lovely, lovely drive around the outside there. Puts him in the wall, though. They both go into the wall. The Alpine goes round, takes out Marvin as well. And both of them at the back of the grid. IX is out. Marcos is out as well. There's a crash that happened just up ahead as well. Big, big crash at the back. Well, that will not be another safety car, obviously, at the end. But we've lost 4 drivers in the sprint race. The Alpine goes off the track there. And we have 2 laps remaining here for the sprint race. We have a move going on here. The Haas is trying to make a move on the McLaren at the moment. Then he's trying to push him through here, but nothing comes of it so far. As Arthur now on the back end of the McLaren, and this is where the move will take place. Then we go onto the main straight, and the Haas moves to the outside of the McLaren. The McLaren still holding ahead at the front. McLaren to the inside, the Haas on the outside. Who will come out ahead then? It's side by side through here, and the Haas just gets up ahead by an inch there, and up through past the McLaren car just now on the final lap of the race. And now the Williams are trying to get a piece on that as well. The Williams of P1 finisher is trying to get himself on the podium here for the sprint race. Now as Ronald with a 5-second top penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But as we look now to P1 finisher, he's going to try and make his way up past the McLaren. Can he do it before the end of the Grand Prix? That is the big question. It is Turtle still leading at the moment. It is Turtle's race to win here for the sprint race in the Dutch Grand Prix. And we'll see what he can do headed towards the end of this lap just now, because we are nearing the end of it, into the end of Sector 2. And it is the car of Turtle Master who makes his way around turn 12 and up to turn 13 to go around the final corner. It's been a bit of a chaotic race, to be fair, as P1 finisher might be able to get BR to the line. But as we go now to the driver up ahead, who has fought brilliantly, overtook the other car earlier on, and Turtle Master wins the sprint race here for the Dutch Grand Prix. And it's Arthur second, BR third, P1 finisher fourth. It is Mitz fifth, Whoops sixth. It is SF seventh, Menios comes home in eighth. Steve 09 goes 10, Boss 11, it's Wesley 12, Walters 13, Marvin 14, and Patrick, who will come across the line soon and cross the line to finish in P15. 5 drivers out of today's race, and qualifying sprint race today. That was lovely, lovely stuff. That was really good. Patrick crosses the line to conclude the sprint race, and after all of that screaming and shouting of commentary in the sprint, we're going to do it all again for the main race, which comes up next. Menios is your driver of the day. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the finishing results for the sprint race then here in the Netherlands. It is Turtle Master to come across the line and finish in first position this weekend, wins out the Dutch driver. It is an all Dutch 1, 2 and 3 this weekend, with Turtle Master first, Arthur second, and it is BR to round off in the top three this weekend. Moving down the grid, it's P1 finisher, P4 Mitz 5, Whoops 6, SF 7th, Manios 8, Stevo 9. It is Ghost in 10, Boss 11, Wesley 12, Walters 13, Marvin 14, and it was, who was it at the back? I can't remember now. We just saw him go across the line. It was Patrick to go in P15. P1 finish, you wanted that podium spot. I was rooting for you, mate. I really was, but sadly it didn't happen. Obviously, going into the main race now. Good luck, mates. I'm back again. Perfect timing just before the main race. Absolutely, mate. Perfect timing indeed. As a sprint race was all right. We did have 2 safety cars, but it was not too bad indeed. But now we will be going into the main race coming up next, and I cannot wait to get going with this, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all feel the exact same way, because it is going to be a good race this weekend. As ladies and gentlemen, we are on the grid then to do it all again here in Zandvoort for a second time this weekend. As we get racing, and it's lights out, and away we go. And Turtle Master this time will lead them away, but it's not a good start at all then, as Arthur will send his Haas down the inside of Turtle Master, and the after car is up and through to P1 at the minute. Not definitely though, it's side by side scrapping between the AlphaTauri and the Haas. The AlphaTauri will stick his car down the inside, side by side at the moment, but the AlphaTauri just inches his way ahead. For now, the Haas is trying to battle him back. The Haas is now inching his way ahead, and it's an absolutely brilliant battle we've got up ahead at the moment. Who will come out ahead? The Haas is ahead at the moment, but the AlphaTauri will send it back around the outside. The AlphaTauri gets it whiffy, and the AlphaTauri is off and into the wall there. And it's a full safety car at the start of the race. That was absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. And Arthur now up ahead and leading the race. Turtle, who won the sprint race, he just had a brilliant weekend so far. Turtle went into the wall, and he's lucky that Ghostin was on, because oh my god, the crashes we would have got out of that would have been so crazy. He was parked across the track. It would have been a mental car blockage, but obviously that didn't happen as the drivers make their way up to turn 13, and we are on a safety car with 36 laps ahead of us. So lap 2 out of 36 now, and obviously safety car's out, and we cannot do anything about it. Oops, just completely dropped my controller on the floor. It's alright, we can carry on. and pretend that absolutely nothing happened. The 11 of you that are in the race at the moment, not in the race, sorry, in the Twitch, if you haven't yet followed the Jack Crosty Comms Twitch account, it'd be much appreciated if you could just drop me a follow as you're under safety car. That would be a lovely, lovely gesture, as we're on 38 followers, and obviously 2 more to 40, which will be nice to achieve for me. I would much appreciate that. And who could be the 40th follower now as we're on 49? That is the that is the big question. As lap 3 out of 36 now, and 19 of the 20 drivers are in the race still at the moment. We've lost Turtle Master from the start, obviously the cause of the safety car. But the battle between Turtle and Arthur at the start was absolutely phenomenal. It really, really was. Brilliant, brilliant racing from them so far, and hopefully we get another battle like that later on. Obviously we won't get that from them again because Turtle's out of the race, but hopefully from another side, another driver even, we can maybe try and replicate battles like that, because that was a lovely battle at the very start. And it's battles like that that can really, really get people hurt and out of the race, because really, really on the edge there. They're both battling to the absolute limit, and that is why we enjoyed it so much. But let's see if the safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap just here. And yes, I did call it, because the safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap. Thank you, P1 Finisher, for the follow. I appreciate it. I was rooting for you earlier, mate, and hopefully you can do well in today's race. P7 for P1 Finisher at the moment, and his teammate up in P5 at the moment of SF, and we'll see where SF can place himself then, as P1 is getting very, very trigger happy there, and is trying to get through past the Mercedes, it looked like, on the safety car. But now the safety car drives off, and we did have Turtle leading from Arthur, but now Arthur will inherit the lead, obviously. And now he has Mitts to worry about on his backside as we head round turn 14 and on to the start-finish straight. It'll be Arthur and Mitts going pretty much side by side down the straight. When Arthur jump, Arthur makes the jump now, and that is an absolutely lovely start from Arthur at the moment, weaving down the first straight to try and not get overtaken into turn 1, and he absolutely does that brilliantly, because he does not get overtaken or even has a challenge behind him so far. It's the Alpine on the back end of the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo, the other one, trying to send it down the inside of the Alpine there, but then he took both of them out, but nothing came out of it there. The Alfa Tauri sending the car down the inside of the Red Bull, and let's see if he can get through on this time round. The Alfa Tauri is trying his best, but he's not going to get through just yet. Inching his way ahead, and there he does finally get through. It's the Alfa Tauri who is up and through past Wesley there, and the other Red Bull gets overtaken by the Ferrari of Psycho, and Psycho is making his way from last to first at the moment, and Psycho is in P13 at the moment, so not a bad start for him at the moment, making his way up the positions. And if we watch this now, I can pretty much guarantee he's probably going to try and find a way in his book to try and get through past this Red Bull now ahead. And what did I say? The speed he has on this Red Bull, and he flies through past the Red Bull car of Wesley, and that was an easy job for the car of Psycho in the Ferrari. What a drive from him at the moment, from P20 all the way up to P12 at the moment. He's doing the last to first challenge, and he's nearly halfway on lap 4 out of 36. It is BR with the fastest lap. Psycho's still making up positions. Psycho will send it to the inside of the Alfa Tauri. Can he get ahead? He does get ahead, and Psycho is now up to P11. It is Arthur and Mitts having a battle up ahead as well. Mitts trying to get through. Mitts has got the McLaren on the backside, and the McLaren has got Whoops on the backside of him as well. It's a 4-car battle going on here at the moment as IX goes round at the back. But it's still Arthur leading from Mitts, who's getting perilously close to Arthur at the moment, and nearly takes each other out there, as now the McLaren in the background is trying to get through as well, but nothing's coming out of that one at this moment in time. As now BR then, who is on the backside still of Mitts, going into turn 11 and 12, and let's see what can come out of this one then. Obviously next up is the main straight, and the long straight. We'll see what can happen down there. As Boss and Steve-O have a bit of a battle there, and Steve-O gets through. Sorry, it's Wesley and Steve-O have a bit of battle there, and it is Wesley who drops down, and the Red Bull boys are not having a great race so far at all at the moment. As Psycho had a bit of a moment, I didn't even realise, and Psycho drops down to P17. He must have been part of that wrong move there. Then his Mitts obviously into P2, but his teammate not doing so bad, not doing too great even as he drops back a little bit there, but he's got the two Williams ahead of him, P1 finisher and SF. And we'll see where Menios can place himself then, as he's got the car of the Alfa Romeo trying down the inside. The Alfa Romeo clips him, and the Alfa Romeo nearly goes into the wall, but he saves it just enough there, but he drops back quite a bit. The two Williams ahead of Menios still, but nothing's coming out of it yet. Up ahead, it is Arthur and Mitz, but more of a battle between Mitz and BR at the moment, as BR's on the back side of the Mercedes, and he's trying to push him pretty much through these corners. Turn 13, then roll on to turn 14, and Mitz has not got a good exit out of that corner. BR has mastered that corner perfectly then as he goes around the outside, and BR in the McLaren gets right through and past Mitz, the Mercedes there. Mitz gets double overtaken. Can't get any worse for him then as the other Haas goes through. Of Whoops just there, and Whoops is one step closer to his teammate now. Back behind it, Psycho's making moves as well. Psycho's up and now, trying to get through past his teammate. Psycho will put his car to the inside of this corner. Coming up next, and can he do it? It's turn 3 now. Turn 3 goes around the outside. He can try and do it, but he cannot get past his teammate on this lap around at the moment. Side by side between the Ferraris. Psycho will put his car on the outside now, going into turn 8. Can he do it? And he did. Psycho. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And Psycho driver, really, because he has got no fear at all. At the moment, one of the boards in the background just get absolutely smashed to pieces. So is there anything going on now as we head onto the main straight? There's battles and pods and everything going on at the moment. The two Alfa Romeos then. Will we get a move then? Going down here, the Alfa Romeo goes into the pit lane. One of them does anyway, and Boss continues on. We've got a VSC at the moment, and up ahead there's still battling going on as Whoops and Arthur both up into P2 now. And we are on lap 8 out of 36, and we have a VSC at this current moment in time, with Marcos with a drive-through penalty. But it'll be BR at the moment who will be leading them away when we get racing once again. Psycho's made his way up to P12 at the moment. I must mention that is a good start from him at the moment, only 8 laps into the race. And we are racing once again, and if you look up ahead, it is the car of BR who will be leading them away, but the overspeed on the Haas then. The Haas sent it down the inside, but he cannot make the move on that time around, and BR maintains that lead for now, but it's Whoops behind, then from Arthur, then from Mitz as well, just behind that. Then comes the two Williams following closely behind, and the Williams tries to go round and overtake his teammate at the moment, but he cannot do that at the minute. There's still battles going on behind. The Ferrari did look like he was going to try and get through past Menios there, but nothing was going to happen. Battle going on ahead as well between the Red Bull and Ghost. Can anything happen between these two then, as he tries to stay in the slipstream behind? And now, here we head. And nothing comes out of that one. Just there at the moment, Wesley's still trying to hold on to the back end of him, and everybody's still so closely bunched up at the minute as we go down the main straight, and now the Haas is closer than ever, and the Haas goes around the outside, and the Haas is through past the McLaren on that lap around. And it's Whoops who's leading from BR and then from Arthur at the moment. Whoops has absolutely conquered that one. And on lap 10 out of 36, it is the Haas driver of Whoops who leads the Dutch Grand Prix at the minute from BR and then from Arthur, the other Haas teammate at the moment. It is a Haas 1-3 so far with Marvin quickest on the track at the moment. And Psycho is making his way up the positions. P1 finisher making his way up there at the moment. He's P5, his teammate P4 obviously. We will see what will come out of this one then, as the McLaren was getting a bit close there to Whoops, and thought we were going to get a move to try and overtake him, but nothing came out of it just right now, as we will go around turns 13 and 14 and onto the main straight, and we'll see what will come out of it now. I think something good will come out of it then. There's BR, goes down the inside, and he does make the position work for now. How long can he hold on to it though on the Haas? It's BR who regains the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix this weekend, and it's the McLaren who is ahead from Whoops, from Arthur, then comes the two Williams pair, and it's the Haas pair, then comes the Williams pair. We do love to see something like that here in ERS at the moment. But this battle continues to go on, and I must say I am absolutely loving it so far. And anything going on at the back, Psycho and Manios seems to be going a bit iffy there. Psycho is the one trying to make up the positions, but Manios is making it hard for him then as they go around the corner simultaneously side by side. And it's the Ferrari that edges ahead just for now. He's pit number 9 on that car, and we'll see if he can make his way up there. But it's Manios who tries to send it down the inside. Manios goes up for a second, but then the Ferrari with a better exit there. The Ferrari right up there and back up into P11. And we'll see where he can get himself up now. He's doing exceptionally well in that car. And I must say, for saying we're on lap 12 out of 36, Patrick with a 5-second time penalty, for saying we're on lap 12 out of 36, we have got some close battles still going on. I must say, it's not going too bad so far, as Patrick will go in the pit lane and obviously on his way out of the pit lane just now. It's Marco's in P18 at the moment, around turn 14. He is 36 seconds behind Patrick, and Patrick's very far behind, so that is saying pretty much that Marco's is absolutely out of this race, unless it's a safety car that comes out. But it's BR who's leading then on the softs at the moment, from Whoops, from Arthur, from SF, and P1 finisher and P5. And we'll see if P1 finisher can maybe live up to his name. I said that last time I commentated with him, but we'll see what he can do then, as he's now gaining on his teammate. But his teammate will try and stay ahead, obviously, like anybody would, but we'll see what will come out of that one. Nothing yet, as the Alpine and Boss try and have a bit of a battle there. As now, the switchback of Dreams and Ghost will try and get through past Psycho. Psycho's up ahead. Psycho in P10. He wants to stay in that position. He wants to try and make it up. He's gone from last to P10. At the moment, he's made up 10 positions. But now he's got the back end. Now he's got Ghost on his back end to try and stop him. And at the moment, it is absolutely nothing for Psycho, because he continues on, and it just seems to be no object for him at all at the moment. And that is what we love to see from Psycho. Still BR leading from Whoops, from Arthur, and you know the rest. And it's still continuing to be the same, really, as Arthur. Now down the main straight, he's got his teammate in his sights, but he just can't catch up with him at the moment. But so can't Whoops. Whoops can't catch up with BR on this lap around. It's just staying the same now. It's kind of slowed down. This isn't staying the same. There's P1 Finisher got through past his teammate of SF, and P1 Finisher is up and up into P4 at this moment in time, and that is what we love to see. Go on, P1. Lap 14 out of 36, ladies and gentlemen, and we are still out here, pretty much nearly about halfway through the race. Give it a few more laps, say about 4 more laps, and we're about halfway through the main race here. Obviously, it's going to be a longer night because we've had a sprint race as well, but that is not bad indeed, and I do not mind at all because the racing so far has not been too bad at all. It's Walters behind Psycho at the moment, and 3 wide down the straight. Then in the moment is Steve in P7. It's Boss just up ahead in P6, and SF, who is not actually racing, I don't think, is down. What have I missed much while I was gone? I don't think so, mate. Not really. I mean, there's been quite a lot of battles. It's BR leading now from Whoops and Arthur. Obviously, Turtle Master crashed, but you was here for that. I actually cannot remember, mate, but there's been a few good battles. Not too bad at all. But obviously, as you know, you can go back and watch that on the YouTube when that comes out tonight. But well, you can watch it. You can rewatch it on the Twitch as well, to be fair, mate. But it's up to you. As now, maybe onto the main straight, we will see a move on lap 15 out of 36, going on to onto lap 16 even. It is Arthur on the backside of his teammate. It is Whoops on the backside of BR, and this battle's continued to go on for about 5 laps time at the moment. But now onto the main straight we go, and there is a McLaren of Ronald. I think it's gone round onto the main straight, and it seems to be Whoops pulling away once again. Whoops just can't get up enough to beat BR, and once again the positions stay the same at the start of the new lap, and it's just been the same each lap as we go by. For now, as Mitz goes into the pit lane, and it is SF in P7 now. Obviously, he inherits that position, and everybody's really moving up now as the Ferraris are going side by side, and Walter trying to get through. Psycho with the switch back then as he goes down the inside now. Psycho tries to light his car up, but he just cannot get through there, and it's Walters, the Ferrari teammate, who goes up and through. And now Psycho's in danger of being overtaken by Marvin as well. Psycho, the guy that was on pole position for the sprint race, and obviously bottled the race, and now into the main race. He started from the back. He's made it up to P10 at the moment, but he's being pressured from in front and from behind at the moment. Marvin now will try and make the move down the inside of the Ferrari, but it's just not there for him at the moment. It's Walter still in P9, and Psycho still trying to battle, but it's not an easy job for him as he's got Marvin still trying to put the pressure on from behind, and obviously with the pressure from behind, it's not easy to try and stay ahead and overtake ahead as well. Psycho, obviously, with his teammate ahead, has got the DRS to try and stay ahead of Marvin even. But as we head round now to turn 13 and 14, we'll see what will come out of it. Up ahead, Whoops and BR having a battle. It is BR on the inside, Whoops on the outside. Ronald retired, and it's a full safety car, and BR just gets ahead as the safety car comes out. Lovely, lovely stuff. As now, these guys that are going into the pit lane are going to be absolutely ecstatic. They've just been battling away, ruining the tyres. And then all of a sudden, safety car comes out just before the pit lane's there, and Marco gets the drive-through penalty. But now drivers going in to get a free pit stop on lap 17 out of 36 now. That is what we love to see. PR leading from Whoops, from Arthur, and from it is P1 Finisher, who will be the drivers to start this race off once again. And I think this is the second safety car I've had today in this race, and for the sprint it's the, well, including the sprint, it's 4 safety cars that we have had, sadly, but it's alright. It's gave us some good racing, and now the Twitch is on 40 followers, thank you everybody. Hurt Whitey Marvin go on old hards again. Have I got the laps, the tyres up? Yes I have actually. Where is Marvin? Mr. Marvin down in, I have no idea where Marvin is. He's up. There he is, P11. Marvin on the 7 lap old hards when he pitted. That is a good shout, mate. I don't know why he did that. IX will drive through penalty. Steve-O with a 5-second time penalty, and lap 18 out of 36 now, and P1 did take the lead for a second there, but we all went into the pit lane, and it is BR that comes out from whoops, and P1, who has been gunning for them good positions, comes out of the pit lane on fresh tyres, and it all works out for him because he comes out ahead of the Haas driver and up into P3 under this safety car. So he'll be happy that this one came out because it's really helped him out so far, but it's just about getting the start right for him now because it's very easy to lose out on time. Obviously when the safety car does end up coming in. But it's the car of Menios and ERS, that Geordie, who are still at the back, and hopefully they will have enough time to catch up before safety car comes in. But let's be real, they've got a lot of time because not really anybody's caught up at the minute. Everybody's still so scatters about around the track here in Zandvoort, but down the middle straight they will head, and they try their best to catch up as quick as they can. Then there's quite a few that have caught up. Now it's BR, whoops, P1 finisher now, Arthur, Steve-O, Boss, SF, Mitz, Wesley, Walters, Marvin, it's Ghost, Patrick, Psycho, IX, Menios, ERS, which is Geordie, and Marco's down in P18. We've lost 2 drivers here in the race, and that is Ronald and Total Master. I think this is Ronald's first time that I've commentated on anyway, joining us in Tier 2, and it wasn't too bad from him until lap 15. Then it all came crashing down into an end, an abrupt end for the McLaren driver of Ronald on this very day here in Zandvoort, and Total Master obviously with a brilliant battling at the start, and I cannot wait to get a clip of that because that was a lovely start. Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful start, I'll be honest with you, but it turned out that Total Master went into the wall and the other driver managed to continue on. Yo here, how are you, mate? How are you doing? I was going to answer your call earlier, mate, but I was very busy. How come you're under that account anyway? And you got your ZRO Yarl account, so what's going on? Like a fake Yarla boy. Lap 19 out of 36, and I'm hoping the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. Good, you need a co-commentator. You mean for today's race? I'll be alright, mate, because they've asked for me to come on. I don't think I'm allowed to really bring anyone else on, but if that's what you meant anyway. But we can arrange for another race if you want, mate. And as we head towards the end of Sector 2 in the next few moments' time, we should find out if safety car will be coming at the end of this lap, and I can pretty much guarantee it will be, as BR will be the first driver to cross the second sector line, and will it be coming at the end of this lap? We'll know in a moment, and unless it's a late call even, it won't be coming at the end of this lap, so we'll have to see what's going on here. Yeah, it won't be coming in, and we have one more lap under the safety car, unless it's incredibly late, but I cannot imagine it being this late now. And yet one more lap of safety car then, ladies and gentlemen, here in Zandvoort, and one more lap of waffling really. There's a car of P1 finisher going into the pit lane then. What's he trying to do? Fake someone? Going down the pit wall there. And lap 20 out of 36, 16 laps to go here in Zandvoort, and you know what, as we are here and not really doing anything on the safety car, I'll have a quick look at what the next race is, because that'll be hopefully a good one. We'll have a look. The next race will be if I can find it, calendar. It is, we've just been to the Netherlands. It is Singapore then, the night race under the lights in the Singapore on the 8th of January. So I'm guessing that we have a big break now. So championship standings. Shall we have a look? Shall we have a quick look? Standings in T2. Marvin Wesley. Is that reserves or is that main race? And I'm still trying to get my head around this. This is mental. The standings, massive list. It is standby drivers, so they're reserves. So it's reserves there, and this is the main drivers. If we're not talking about reserves, then we are on about the main drivers. The leader of the championship so far is Marvin. Then comes Wesley. It is SF, Marco, P1 finisher in P5 at the moment. It is Boss 6, Ghost 7th. Tim 8, it is Geordie 9, and Steve O 10th in the championship standings at this moment in time. So we'll have to see what the standings will be. Now for this race, we get racing once again then here in the Netherlands, and BR will lead them away from Whoops, then from P1 finisher, who obviously managed to get his way up there, and we'll see if he can get up there anymore as he got the Hass on the backside of him. But now SF has got the car of Boss trying to go down the inside of him. Simultaneously, the battle between Mitz then tries to get through as well. Mitz now on the outside, on the inside even, of the car of Boss. And it's side by side between these two. Is that a VSC once again? Not again, as the car now neutralised, the track now neutralised back down. And we have got another VSC at the moment. Is that have I just seen? Is that Yarla Boy coming to commentate in ERS even? Am I reading that right? We're gonna be, yo mate, we're gonna be the best two commentators in the league. We're gonna be the best two commentators. Yes, sir. I am taking your job from you. I don't think so, mate. As Mitz is going to go around the outside, and Boss tries to get through. Back and forth action between the Mercedes there, and the Mercedes nearly hits the wall. We've got a battle going on behind as well. It is the Red Bull and the Williams going side by side. And the Williams around the outside just there. The Red Bull drops back. Yes, I have recruited him. That is very good of me. Right, Jack. Yes, it is, mate. Very well done. Very well done. I'm sure the team will be happy with you. That's Marvin on the backside of Walters at the moment in the Ferrari, in the two Ferrari boys, P10 and P11. Obviously, Psycho was trying to do the last to first, and he hasn't really made much progress after that. I'll be honest with you, I was bigging him up, saying that he's making other positions up, but now he's not really going up as much as we'd like him to so far. But now we have the Williams on the back end of the Mercedes of Mitz, and we'll see if he can get anywhere close up there then as we head up to turn 13 and 14 up next, and then the main straight, obviously the start-finish straight, where obviously most positions will take place, and the Mercedes makes a mistake there and now brings it up for SF to go through the Williams car. And it just shows you, when you make one mistake, everything can come crashing down for you. We've got a move going on the backside as well then, as the Ferrari of Psycho gets through past Wesley, and Psycho is now up into P9. It's P9 on the car, and P9 positions-wise. IX is disqualified from the session, apparently. Yep, and IX is disqualified from the session at the moment. And is there anything else going on the track? Everyone's still kind of bunched up. I think there's a battle going on there. So you fair side by side between the Mercedes and the Ferrari, and Psycho makes up another position. I just said that he's not making any more up, but now he's on the absolute charge here in Zandvoort and making those positions right away back up. And P8 now on the grid for Psycho and counting. This is absolutely lovely. IX, have a good night, lads. Have a good night, mate. Not a bad race, but I forgot to drive through. Oh, that is a shame. Have a good day, mate. See you in a bit. As have a look. If we've got the battle going on behind, you've got Wesley on the back end of Mitz trying to make a move there as the main straight's up next, and we'll see what will happen with the DRS. Obviously activated the rear wing right wide open there. The Mercedes in front didn't make a mistake this time around on that corner and actually masters it quite well as we go down the straight, and DRS flaps are open by both cars now. As now the Red Bull is gaining on the Mercedes, and up ahead we've got battles going on as well. It is the Williams and Boss. Williams on the inside, Boss on the backside now, and SF just gets up and through to P6 on that lap around. P1 finishes doing well to stay up in P3 for now. BR still holding on, but two tenths ahead, and Whoops is in P2 at the minute and gaining on BR at this moment in time. And we'll see if he can catch up to him. At the minute. Lap 24 out of 36, and about 12 laps to go here in Zandvoort. It's been an absolutely brilliant race so far. I've thoroughly enjoyed it as the Alpine on the back end of the Haas so far, and we'll see if anything will come out of this one. Can you get closer? Obviously main straight next. You got a lap car just there as well, which is being lapped and getting in the way, to be fair, as Mitz gives a 3-second time penalty on that lap just there. And on to lap 25 we go on to now. This is absolutely brilliant racing from everyone so far. Ronald, Turtle Master, and IX all out of the race. But as you head down the main straight now, Whoops will send his car around the outside, and Whoops in the Haas will try and take the lead of the race here in Zandvoort. The Haas, a bit iffy on the exit, nearly went into the wall, caught it though, and BR will stay ahead. The Williams in the background and P1 finisher is out, and he will not finish in P1. He will crash out of the race then, as Boss nearly goes round actually, and the P1 finisher out, and we have another safety car then this weekend, and that is not what we wanted at all. But yet again, we have one. Oh my god, we've had so many safety cars this race, it's actually mad. Too many to say. We've had 3 safety cars this race, we've had 3 VSCs, we've had 2 safety cars last race. P1 finisher in the chat is not a happy boy. I was really rooting for you, to be fair, mate, but that's a shame. It's a big shame. But thanks for the follow. I'll take that one positive away from it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yep, you're not happy. Anyway, I hope you have a good night, mate. It'd be nice if you can stick around in the stream chat if you wanted to watch a bit. The rest of the race. Only 12 laps to go now, on to 11 laps to go. And once the safety car goes in, we'll probably have about 10 or 9 laps of racing. And I've just looked in users in chat, and it says that Zorro Racing Leagues is in chat, so I'm not sure. I ain't really bothered. I wonder who's on the Zorro Racing Leagues account watching the stream at the moment, because I am not on the Zorro Racing League account, so I'm not sure who's on it. But stream now. We've been streaming for an hour and 22 minutes, and obviously coming to the end of the main race now. It's been a lovely sprint race, and to be fair, a lovely main race, and I thoroughly enjoy commentating here tonight. I always look forward to it on Mondays. Too bad for P1 finisher, really good driver. I completely agree, mate. Absolutely. P1 is he's got the resilience to carry on, you know, and it's been a good race for him. But obviously with that DNF, as the Alpine of Patrick goes into the wall there. What just happened there then? As we have lost now quite a few drivers. Gideon, what happened? Could be Luigi watching from Zedero. Yeah, maybe. What's happening? I missed it. So basically, P1 finisher had a bit of a moment on the exit of turn 3 and went into the wall sadly, but obviously bought out safety car. I've just seen Patrick go into the wall on the safety car, and it's probably going to extend the safety car period just a little bit. But lap 26 out of 36 and 10 more laps to go. lap 27 now, and everybody, pretty much everybody, all bunched up now. Then there's a BR from Whoops, from Arthur, then from Steve-O. I'm telling you something, I cannot wait to go back and watch this stream because it's going to be a lovely race. At the minute, it's going all right. Chaos around this 4-2 kilometer track, 10 corners to the right and 4 to the left. Yes, mate. You're gonna be the best commentator. You're gonna be the best commentator in ERS, are you? Me and you are gonna have a bit of a. Well, basically, mate, it's gonna be if you're commentating now, it's me, you, so Yol, and there's another lad called David that does it as well. But it's gonna be the battle of the commentators, you know. And we'll have to see who's better. We'll have to see who comes out on top. All right. That'll be fun. Quite like a bit of rivalry with commentary. That's quite good actually. Never had that before. I like how you're getting into commentary as well, yo. Because you're not even bad at it as well, mate. So fair play. I only do Saturdays, so yeah, I did the Saturday race once. That's how I started in this league. It was a good race, to be fair. The first one I did, it was very good. So have a good one when you do that, mate. It's gonna be very good. It's lap 27 out of 36, and we'll go on to lap 28 next. This is where we will see the positions made, and obviously going into the end of the race now, everybody's going to try and give it their all at the end of the Dutch Grand Prix here in the Netherlands. And let's see what happens now then, as the safety car is going to be speeding off in the distance and going into the pit lane to tuck itself away, and BR will be leading them away from Whoops, from Arthur, from Steve-O then. And then the Ferrari follows behind. This is going to be interesting, Gideon. It is, as now BR with the drive off the line, and now leading at the moment, and he's actually got a brilliant start from the line at the moment. He really predicted that one brilliantly. Whoops didn't predict that one as good as he could have then, as his teammate Arthur behind still at the moment, and battles going on behind at the moment. The Red Bull on the inside, the Red Bull up, and the Red Bull goes wide, brings in the Mercedes round, and then the car of Wesley goes round, and it's just the same thing that happened to P1, but this time the Red Bull did not go into the wall. Luckily, we didn't have another safety car. Now, side by side, it is the Red Bull against the Alfa Romeo at the moment. Then it's the Alfa Romeo against the two Aston Martins up ahead. The Aston Martin, who's got his teammate ahead. It is Geordie on the back end of Ghost at the moment. And I thought we were going to see a move there, but we didn't actually see one in the end. He's still going to try and hold on to the back side of him and stay in the slipstream for now. But up ahead, we do have the cars of Menios and Walters, and it's Walters ahead in P8, and we'll see what will come out of this one then. It's just behind that, obviously Marvin's going to be putting the pressure on Menios, which is going to make it harder for Menios to try and get through past Walters. The Mercedes, once again, we saw it earlier, he made a mistake. This time now we've seen it again, he made a mistake, which is going to open it up for Marvin then. As Marvin now, with the slipstream, down the main straight we go, and he cannot get close enough, but the Mercedes dives down the inside of the Ferrari there, and the Mercedes going side by side with Walters. Now brings Marvin into play. Marvin's trying to get a piece on it. Marvin to the inside. Here we go, turn 3, and this time around, there's no crashes that take place, and Marvin is up and through past the Mercedes. Next on his list is now Walters, and we'll see if he can get through past Walters next now. There's moves going on up ahead as well. BR still leads from Whoops, then from Arthur at the moment on lap 29 out of 36. The Alpine has a bit of a moment there. Bit drifty there, to be fair, out of that corner, as we see Wesley coming out of the pit lane, sorry. And any more battles going on? Yes, we do. The switch down the inside, and Marvin going side by side with the Ferrari of Walters. Walters' teammate obviously down in P14, not having a great move, to be fair, but Marvin is up and up into P7. What a move indeed then, as it is Ghost who has got the car of Marco just behind him, putting the pressure on. He was trying to get through past Boss, but that one didn't work out for him just there on lap 29, going on to lap 30 now, and 6 laps to go here in Zandvoort as we head onto the main straight, and DRS is now enabled then. And down the straight, look at this, side by side. The Red Bull to the inside of Ghost. The Red Bull is through and past the Aston Martin on lap 30. And that was a lovely move indeed. And the Red Bull went down and passed the P11 on that lap. Yeah, between first and second is 4/10 of a second. Maybe Marvin could win. To be fair, mate. and we'll see what could happen because Marvin has got the quick tyres. And Marvin, who is being told that he could win, is now trying to make the position up on the Mercedes. Then he'll put his car down the inside, and the Alfa Romeo will push his car to the inside and push it to the absolute limits, and the Mercedes has to drop back there, and the Alfa Romeo is up into P6 now. He's going to gain 2.1 seconds up on SF to get through up into P5. All of these guys still close at the moment. It's Arthur and Whoops at this moment in time, and we will see full clean move. Yes, it was, mate. Absolutely. We've seen some brilliant moves today, to be fair, and thank you for joining me in the stream chat. It's been lovely to have you guys with the engagement throughout the chat. You guys are my favourite league, honestly. You've also got my most popular YouTube stream as well, YouTube videos, so you guys hold that record. As it's Arthur on the back end of his teammate Whoops still on lap 31 now, and he's pushing him through turn 3, and we'll see what will come out of it then as we go up to turn 4 now. And nothing will come out of it so far. Everybody kind of spacing out. Apart from the guys at the back at the moment, is there anything going on? I think the Ferrari of Psycho's gone round. The Ferrari of Psycho is not happy, but the teammates now having a battle up ahead. These guys are having a battle. Marco's and Boss. Marco's to the outside. Psycho retires. Will it be a safety car once again? I'm not sure if it will be. It will not be. Somebody else goes round. It's SF goes through. BR goes round from leading, and it's Whoops and the Haas of Arthur as well that lead the race now, and Haas are on for a 1-2 at the end of this race. BR was having such a brilliant one, but he drops back and bottles it. Now opens up the position for these three. It's 3 wide then, going into this next turn here, and who comes out ahead? The Mercedes trying to be careful there. The Alfa Romeo of Boss goes round, and that is his race completely ruined there, as Marcos goes round as well nearly and ruins that corner. And that was absolutely mental. But now we have Marvin going through past SF down the inside. It's Whoop still leading from Arthur, who I've just seen trying to make an overtake. But Marvin gets the overtake done on SF very cleanly there. And I can't lie, I am rooting so much. I am honestly rooting so much for this Haas 1-2. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant indeed. No commentator's curse on Marvin for me. Absolutely, I hope not. I hope not. I shouldn't have said that he could win. Yeah, mate. Commentator's curse is the realest thing in the world. It is absolutely so annoying, especially voice crack. First one of this league, actually. First one of this league. As we have Steve-O on the back end of Arthur, and at the minute we're on for a Haas 1-2, but we'll see where that will come out of then. At the moment, lap 32 out of 36, rolling on to lap 33 now, and only about 3 laps to go in this race. Oh my God, this has been a brilliant one. It has absolutely been superb, and I'm so glad that I'm privileged to do and lucky enough to do comms on this league. As down the main straight we go, and nothing really happens there, but we still have a 3-car battle with Whoops, Arthur and Steve-O at the moment. We've got the battle going on here, down the inside with Menios. Walter trying to fight back around the outside. Will the Ferrari get the better drive through past the Mercedes? The Mercedes down the inside. The Mercedes goes round at the very end, and Menios goes round, and Walters retires. Will it be a safety car at the very end? I'm not too sure, but the Ferrari is out of the race. The Mercedes of Menios continues on, and that is too many drivers out now. That is 7 drivers out of today's Grand Prix. That is not what we want to see at all. 7 drivers out of today's race, but to be fair, it has been a brilliant one, and I am not too fussed at all. And the top 3 still the same, not moved at all. But these two are having a battle then, as it's BR and Mitz. BR obviously leading for most of the race today, but then bottled it. And now Mitz is now with the switchback of dreams, and Mitz is now trying to overtake. Mitz has done it, just up behind simultaneously. Another move going on there, as Marcos and Ghost trying to get past each other. Who will get ahead on this lap around? Down into turn 1 we go. Whoops, Arthur, Steve, all the same positions at the moment. And down the straight we go. And what is this going on at the moment? Then we have the Red Bull down the inside of the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin goes off wide, and the Red Bull gets through. And Marco's there. He's got the McLaren on him next. He nearly takes the McLaren out with his tyres there, down into turn 3. We've seen so many taking outs through here, but he goes around the outside, and what a move from the Red Bull if he can make it work. The Red Bull goes around the outside on BR, and he gets through round turn 3, and the Red Bull's up into P7 on lap 34 out of 36, and that is what we love to see, ladies and gentlemen. That is lovely stuff then. As we have the top 3 exactly the same still. It's not moving at all, but maybe as we go down the main straight next, that is maybe when we see a position change. Ghost gets through past BR apparently. But Menios is on the back end of now BR, who did lose a position, but Menios is now trying to take another one off of BR then as he puts his car, positions it to the inside into turn 11 and 12. And there he goes, Menios gets up and through past BR. BR drops down to P10. He will be so angered right now after leading for so long. Just shows you how things can really just fall out of your grasp straight away, you know. And he will not be happy about that at all. Is that battle's going on at the back still? Yes, it is. But lap 35 out of 36, penultimate round, the penultimate lap even of this race out here in Zandvoort. And what a race it's been so far. Whoops in P1, Arthur P2. It's Steve-O in P3 at the moment. Whoever's in the stream chat, who won last race? You know, in Tier 2, I can't remember. I would like to know if anybody knows. I'm pretty sure it was Whoops who got near winning. I can't remember. But he's on lap 35 out of 36, going on to the final lap of today's race. And he's on for a win this weekend, as it might be a Haas 1-2 as well. And hopefully the Alpine from behind does not come and spoil that then. As we head onto the main straight now, it's not just the 3 of them, it's the 4 of them. Marvin, who was up there earlier on, has made his way back up to P4. And now the Haas of Arthur gets through past his teammate, and it's still a Haas 1-2, but just on a bit of a switch there, and now Arthur is ahead past Whoops on the final lap of today's race. And the Haasses, no team orders in place now. They have been told they can battle as much as they want. Let's just not take each other out, boys. And it is Arthur ahead of Whoops at the moment, and they have got it out for each other at the moment. The last lap of today's race, they're going to give it absolutely everything now into turn 7 and turn 8 we go. And it is Arthur with a 3 tenths up, never mind, from his teammate, as the Alpine sends it down the inside. Did you see that move on the screen there? That was absolutely lovely of Steve-O getting through past Marvin there and heading towards the end of Sector 2. And I thought it was going to be Whoops that takes the win, but it's now looking a bit like Arthur now as we head round on to turn 11 and 12, moving on to turn 13. It has been an absolutely brilliant race, from qualifying to the sprint to the main race. It's been phenomenal all round, but Arthur will make his way towards the line with Whoops following behind, and Arthur will cross the line here in Zandvoort to take the win for the Dutch Grand Prix, and Whoops crossing the line to make it a Haas 1-2 here in Netherlands this weekend. From Martin in 3rd, it is SF 4th, Steve-O 5th, Marco 6th, it's Mitz 7th. Ghost will cross the line to finish in P7. Obviously, Mitz now drops down to P8 with time penalties. It is Boss to cross the line in 9th. Menios 10th. BR will now come across the line in the McLaren after having such a good race. Drops down to P11. Wesley will now come around turn 14 and make his way towards the line here in Zandvoort. And Wesley will place himself in P12. Geordie continued on and persevered throughout the whole race. He does finish last, but everybody else behind him have DNF'd, and he finishes in P13. And props to Geordie for carrying on as he now heads towards the main straight and across the line for the Aston Martin to conclude the main race. And what a race indeed. As we now have the podium celebrations, Gideon, great race to watch. Thank you, mate. Yeah, it was a brilliant race, mate. It really was. I really enjoyed that. And thank you for also being in the Twitch chat and keeping the chat alive, because it's been absolutely brilliant having people talking in the chat today. I did really enjoy that, and hopefully we can continue that going for next race as well. Obviously, I'll be back next Monday to do Singapore under the lights over there for you, and that'll be a full one. But now, after podium celebrations conclude, we will now go on to the finishing results for the main race this weekend. And it's Arthur that'll win out then, and whoops, comes across the line and makes it a Haas 1-2 this weekend in the Netherlands. It'll be Marvin who will finish and end up in P3 to round off the top 3 this weekend. It's SF P4, Stevo P5, Marco 6th, it is Ghost 7th, Mitz 8th, Boss 9, and Menios to round off the top 10 here in Zandvoort. Obviously, most drivers here are Dutch, and it was a lovely race to watch. I'm sure everybody enjoyed it. I hope you all do, and everybody that is going to be watching this back after the race, thank you for watching. It's been an absolutely brilliant one. Thank you for having me, and I'll be back next week, next Monday, with the Singapore Grand Prix. Have a good one.